Morning guys, super grotty day out there today, so I thought I'd do a little video. This is going to go under my songwriting videos, and this is kind of the accumulation of all the other videos that I've done. So this is modal interchange, this is modal chords, and the modes. This is like how I come up with a song, and the song that I'm going to play for you today is one that I'm working on with a friend called Tony Ives. I've worked on The Lugger with him. That's one of his songs. If you go over and check his channel out, at T Ives Music. And we've come up with this concept album called Visitors, and this song's called Come in Peace. So you can kind of imagine, just with Visitors and Come in Peace, what we're singing about and what the album's about. But I'm going to play through this song, and then I want to deep dive into it, and I want to take some of the chords out of it and show you where I was at, some of the cool changes I think in the song. So let's give it a whirl. So there we go guys, that was the first verse of Come in Peace. Let's deep dive into it. So we've got our first chord, which is A flat major. That's how we'd normally see an A flat major, but I've just jumbled up the notes in there. So it's we've got a root, we've got the third note, we've got the major seventh, we've got a root, and we've got a third. Now it's a trick from the start because it's not in the key of B major, and this song is mainly in the key of B, but then it goes off other places. A flat minor is in the key of B major, but we're not playing an A flat minor, we're playing an A flat major. So we've derived it from one of the modal interchanges in B. So we've actually derived it from B Dorian, I think. It's derived from one of the modes, I'm pretty sure it's that one. We then go back to our B major chords. So we've gone to an E major seventh, which is the fourth chord in B major. So that's quite a drastic change. That's what gives us that different kind of maybe spacey, or different kind of sound. When our ears gone, where are we? And then so now we are in B because I've gone back to the root, and then I've done an altered chord. So it's quite interesting how the first two are just straight, there's no altered chords. On the B, we alter it, so we've almost got B and then an altered, so we've halved up the bars, and then we go to a. So there's notes changing again halfway through, which gives it a bit more interest rather than just playing. It gives us movement in behind in those chords. So we've altered that chord, we've added a note, which gives us a Dorian sound again. C sharp minor that we go to, it is the second chord in B major. So now we jump again because we're too comfortable. We've stayed in B for too long, so we almost want to just jump out of it again and go, where are we now? So we're going to take a chord out of a modal interchange of B. We're going to take it out of B Mixolydian. So we're going to play a B Mixolydian scale. And we're going to take the A chord out of it. And it's kind of definitely relative to B major because it's all there. It's the top half of a C minor as well, which is kind of like, that's why it makes it sound like it's meant to be. even though we've taken it from a different mode. And obviously then I've changed the notes, even though we're still playing an A major 7. I've dropped some notes so it feels as though we've got movement behind there. And then we've gone B Ionian to B Mixolydian. We've taken a chord from that. But then I've gone back to B Ionian. We're now playing the 3rd chord in B Ionian. E flat minor, D sharp minor. We've then kind of fallen. We've dropped the note in the root. It's relative to it because there's some notes in there that work together. And because we were playing around with that A major 7th chord, it's still on our head. So that D is in the key of A major. We've got our D sound, which is the fourth chord of A, and then we're going into kind of the root of A. So we've now changed modes completely. We're now in the key of A, and it's the chorus. So we're playing the 1st, the 5th, the 4th, and the 6th. So it's a 1, 5, 4, 6 progression. The root in A, an E, E major add 9. This is the chord that I like. This is the mystical chord. We're playing the 4th chord of A major, which is a D. But we're using a lot of notes. We've got our root. We're rooted in D, but we're playing this now. It's in the A major scale, but when you play it with a D, it gives us that jarring sound. But in the right context, it gives us a kind of Lydian sound, which is the 4th mode of A major, which gives us that mystical sound. I'm also using the E and the B, which are in the A major scale, but it ties it nicely into that next chord, which is an F sharp minor, which kind of, that sounds quite nice as well. So I intentionally leave them open. I could play a D shape there and then play those. Then I change up the chords. They're still the same chords, but I play an A there. I play an E here. Gives us a G. The G is taken from the A Mixolydian scale. And then we're back into a natural chord of A minor. But what that does is it gives us another fall-in shape, and it's another chord progression that I like to use. It's I love that chord progression. You find it in a lot of pop songs. It gives us that fall-in sound. We've started off that full. Now we've gone to an F. Quite interesting because we were in A major, we're now playing an A minor chord, and now we're just falling. So now we'll fall down chromatically. So now we'll fall down to that A flat major. So the bass notes are. So there you go, guys. That's kind of how I come up with the song. Obviously, you don't need to know anything about modal interchange. You don't need to know anything about modes. Realistically, you could write that with just what sounds good. You don't need to know the theory behind it, and the theory sounds way more complicated than what it is, listening back to what I've said. I'm hoping somebody gets something from it. The second guitar part of the top of it, because I always like to have 2 guitar parts, one doing the root chords, and then it's a jazz thing that jazzers do, is the comping, it's called, where they'll comp chords over the top kind of like the top end, so the guitar is filling out the mids and the top. So I'll play you through that, and I'll show you some of the shapes that I used to complement the chords that I was playing. Also, just before I do as well, it was kind of playing a different rhythm. It's playing an off rhythm to the original guitars, and the top one's kind of like jumping, playing 1 2 1 2. So the top one's kind of going. If I put the knock in there as well, you kind of hear what it's trying to achieve. That's what you get with it. I'll give that a whirl.
Turn your back on the hatred. Embrace understanding and love. It's time to move on, to evolve. So
that was the chords just over the verse chords. With the A sharp major, we've got a A sharp note, we've got the third, we got the fifth, and we got the major seventh there. So it's pretty much the same chords as the same notes as what we're playing down there, just different shape. Again for the E, I've got an E major seventh sound there, I've got E major seventh kind of sound there. Just playing with thirds, major sevenths and fifths and roots. When it comes to the B, I got the same again. This one is played over the C sharp minor. And you'll notice the comping one is playing a kind of like dissonant harmony to that one. So this one's got, whereas this one's got, it's got that, which sounds horrific, but kind of when you, and then we're playing an A, and over the top of that we're playing an A major seventh here, root, fifth, major seventh, and root. And in music, it's always lovely to have those dissonant, those little half steps ringing out. I really like that in music when you get that. To our E flat, and I play a top half of an E flat, minor seventh. We've got our D chord before we go into the chorus, and over that I am going back to that shape that I played over the A. I'm going back to it because it works on the D as well. So I've gone, and then we're into the chorus. All I'm playing around with is roots, thirds, major sevenths and fifths. Really, that's it. And that's what I was trying to explain in some of the songwriting videos. It's up to you to come up with the answers. If you just had 7 notes in a C major scale, you could play all of those dissonants and all those different chords. So it's up to you to come up with it. But yeah, those are the comping chords that I came up with as well. So there we go, guys. That's the end result. That's come in peace. Can't wait for the album to drop. Got one more song that I've got to work on it called Asteroid Train. But yeah, there's even me singing on it as well, actually, on the last one called the end song called Life. So it's pretty intense. It's been a pretty intense one. Hopefully that helps somebody. Tight lines and all that. Tight strings, should I say. Love you, John. I'll see you all later.